person can take the pain of growing up in a world that silenced her and turn it into bold and unapologetic art that helps others find their voice. That's exactly what Nancy Rourke has done. Even if you're not deaf, many of us know what it feels like to be misunderstood, silenced, or overlooked. Nancy's story reminds us how powerful self-expression and community can be. Nancy Rourke has been recognized by national art and disability organizations, including being named the United States Artist Fellow in 2024. Her work is exhibited internationally and taught in deaf studies programs across the U.S. Nancy Rourke is not just a deaf artist. She's a visual storyteller and activist who uses her art to amplify deaf culture, resist oppression, and empower others. Today, I'll share Nancy's story and her early life and education, her rise as a deaf leading figure, the DVA, which is Deaf View and Image Art Movement, and the lasting impact of her work on the deaf and hearing communities. Let's start with the early experiences that shaped Nancy Rourke's life and art. Nancy Rourke was born deaf, but was raised orally and denied access to sign language or deaf culture. She went through speech therapy in mainstream schools, often feeling isolated or ashamed of her deafness. Rourke studied art and design in college and worked in the corporate world, including for companies like Apple and Xerox, before returning to her cultural roots as a deaf artist. Her turning point came when she discovered deaf culture and so in her adult life, which transformed her identity and purpose as an artist. According to a 2015 personal essay published in Word Gathering, Nancy Rourke described that learning ASL and connecting with deaf culture as an adult awakened her identity and completely changed the way she approached her art. That rediscovery led her down a new path, one where art became her new tool for activism. Nancy became one of the most prominent artists in the DVA movement, which uses art to express deaf experiences, resistance to autism, and celebration of culture. Her work is recognized for its bold colors, emotional themes, and messages of empowerment. For example, she frequently employs red to represent the pain and the anger of oppression, yellow to signify healing and light, and blue to symbolize deaf identity and communication. She coined the terms resist, affirm, and liberate to categorize these types of deaf art and uses these frameworks in her teaching. She has led workshops, mural projects, and residencies across the country, especially with the deaf youth. As noted by Gallaudet University in their DVA curriculum guide, Nancy Rourke's art is central to the movement, and her work is often used as an example of how visual language can resist oppression and affirm cultural pride. And now that you've heard about her mission, let's explore the impact Nancy Rourke continues to make. Nancy's art is displayed in schools, community centers, and museums, empowering the deaf community and educating the hearing world. She helped bring visibility to deaf trauma, identity, and resilience through accessible and emotional storytelling. In 2024, she received the Disabilities Future Fellowship, honoring her contributions to the arts and advocacy. Her influence goes beyond galleries. She's mentored countless young artists to embrace their culture and voice through creativity. In her United States Artist Profile, Rourke is praised not only for her creative excellence, but also for her leadership in community healing and celebrating cultural education through visual art. To close, Nancy Rourke's story is one of rediscovery, empowerment, and activism through art. She overcame early cultural suppression, became a leading figure in the deaf art activism, and now uses her art to lift and inspire others. Nancy Rourke is more than just a painter. She's a visual activist whose work speaks volumes for those who have been silenced. In a world where voices are often the only thing heard, Nancy Rourke reminds us that powerful stories can also be told through color, silence, and paintbrushes.